Truth. What the fuck? Greatest Baja lightning that's ever. Okay, finger crossed. Make sure you booked. Let's see, still booked or not. Yes, there we go. Pro Series. Finger crossed. Finger crossed. Still books. Let's see if we boost or not. Finger crossed. Finger crossed. Okay. So now I just upgrade the fan and also move the driver pin. There we go! Finger crossed. Yes! I can put back all the panels and we can fuck this PC up. I will put the side panel but doesn't matter. Alright, so it's so beautiful. Our ARGB fan is work perfectly fine. Why stop? Alright, there you go. And our beautiful gigabyte freaking GPU still works, and we have the display. I hope it's still okay. So let's run some tests on the. Right. So now let's run some tests. System and security, but so now it is still usable. So CPU temperature is good than your laptop, your mother laptop. Alright, so basically so cold, but I'm gonna see. It's also very cold, but when I move it actually goes up 100%. So when I move these, they actually rises to 100%. Like they're actually rising the temperature of the CPU. But you can see the memory is still okay. The disk is okay. Wi-Fi is okay. GPU, the NVIDIA GeForce Gigabyte graphic card. So I'm using an NVIDIA graphic card here. These are also very expensive to get update because the previous one I update it's basically in the trash bin already because those ones don't have heat sink. Those ones that have heat sink but don't have fan are very ugly one. The old GPU belong to this PC already in the garbage. So yeah, the upgrade to NVIDIA. This one, NVIDIA. Alright, so CPU is also very cold, but the problem is you can see the temperature rising. Is you can see the fan inside is so disgusting. I haven't cleaned that. Yeah, it's so disgusting. I haven't have time to clean it, but it's not that bad because yeah, they all have filters. But now I installed another fan here to cool down the hard drive under here because my PC have a SSD down there. They used to be cooling down, so I put this fan to cool down my SSD. So the SSD won't get too hot, but unless most of the SSD won't get hot. So yeah, if I got money, I will buy another fan and put it right over here. So when I put the fan over here, this will be sucking cold air for the GPU over here. My NVIDIA GPU for cooling, but sometimes I'm not gonna buy one because these cables are just disturbing me from screwing the shit inside. So yeah, and the display already sucks because my HDMI cable is too thick. You dig, and so that's why it doesn't fit. So it's too thick. So yeah, they are very thick, so it's hitting the metal over here. So when you move the PC or move the HDMI cord, the monitor will be accidentally shut off and will reboot later because the HDMI cable is too thick, not thin. The previous one I have is very thin one, but we get rid of it because the HDMI cord failure during the copper spanking and breaking right over there. Yeah, I upgrade everything permanently. I upgrade keyboard, speakers, monitor, and the PC over here I also upgrade. Like case is upgrade, CPU cooler upgrade, GPU, the RAM, the hard drive also update. So power supply is all update. So the RAM I basically update one stick only. So I just replace one of the stick. I didn't put two stick because one stick is enough for the memory already because I doesn't play games. And the CPU, I also upgrade to one of the Gen 5. I don't know what Gen is it already. I forgot that. they're primarily LED, they are MSI boards, so I upgrade to this MSI board. These are MSI gaming boards, so usually the motherboard is already like 5 years ago. It's already upgraded for 5 years ago, unless it's still good. The motherboard is upgraded 5 years ago, and as long as the CPU also been upgraded. So in the system over here is every upgrade, so these are everything new. So basically I just mount the fan over there, so we just start the screwing. We still have managed to get our job done, although they are very beautiful. So if I have enough money, I will attach another fan over here. So these are for intake air, but these are intake one actually. But they are not very quite much air delivering because the hard drive is there stopping the air. So as a button over here, there's the hard drive over there. You see? I think you can't see, but the hard drive is very over there. So these are prevent the air from getting out. But doesn't make sense, they are sucking the hot air out. But doesn't make sense because the air just push it over here. Alright, we can put back our side panel. Oh, these are very good. So let's put back. I think I will stop upgrading this fan because recently the trouble here is I basically have Cooler Master RGB fan that never been used because that need the driver that another Cooler Master fan also have the color. That's why I cannot mount it inside, so I primarily need to get like a collection. So I just put it into the collection, or if it's okay, I will put it over here. The fan is still usable, the light usable. Only the problem is the ARGB LED light must be used. The driver they include, like this is universal one, but this driver doesn't quite working on the Cooler Master fan, because the Cooler Master fan must be follow their own driver. They cannot use this type of universal one. These are universal, but the problem is they are not They are not the type of universal, because these are used for Kumon or any type of fan like what this only. Yeah, typically OEM brand they probably can use, but Cooler Master must be follow their own brand because they design for it. They design the feature. So if you use these universal driver to the Cooler Master fan, they're not gonna work because the purpose are designed and their wiring, because they require 4 pins. These are, I think it's 3 pin, but doesn't work because this driver doesn't support the fans and the RGB lights. So these are universal for the regular standard fan only, but doesn't make sense. And we have the fan and RGB lamp. There we go. So now we have a lot of RGB fan in my case, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fan in total, 9, 10, yeah, including the GPU and the power supply. For the power supply, I was thinking to upgrade to one of these colorful fan, but probably I put the power supply under this to suck beautiful air up, and also the brand. It's a beautiful show, but I love to have this fan installed in my casing because I love it. And it's also quite expensive though, ARGB. Yeah, there we go. So and the stress test is so plumbing beautiful, unless it doesn't make it to heat up, but the filter is probably sucking more gooch than I thought. So let's move the PC down. So I set up the PC and I also put one of these 2 legs here that include with the casing is to let beautiful fresh air to get into the power supply to cool herself down, because you know they can heat up. And recently the fan also look very beautiful, and as you put it over here, and this pinky fan, you see, yeah, it's very beautiful. I love it because you know when I sit it right in front of it, I can see the fan. Yeah, and the fan also, I forgot to put this. Whoa, so disgusting. It doesn't make sense. I never clean this because it also look very clean. But yeah, I wait until they fill up dust first. There you go, a PC case filled with a lot of 1000 fan minus the 0. So here we go. So I basically want to use AIO cooling, but the problem is the liquid cooling is too shit, because the pump will be have lifetime like your light bulb, like only at 12,000 hours or 1200,000 hours there. permanently a lifetime, so the AIO cooler will be die easily. So for me, I doesn't like to use it. I use the standard one. This one is high. They are Noctua type, but these are another brand. They are Noctua, but they are Noctua version one, but they are other brand. They are primarily okay lah. Not very quite making loud noise unless you put it on high speed. Air cooler make plumbing noise, pump making the like this noise, just very disappointing. But this is much better unless you hearing the whoosh sound coming out of the fan. It's much better. I loved it because I put the fan all the setting to high speed because these CPU always get overheating because I don't know why. That's why I upgrade for these high-end gaming PC case. Unless my power supply can supposed to be handle that. Or I can put another fan. Unless I can put another fan over there. Probably need to buy one. Although it's very expensive. Yeah.